Asian zodiac compares people to 12 animals based on the year they were born. A more detailed analogy is to combine 12 animals with 5 elements. The combination of fire, water, clay, iron, wood and 12 kinds of animals will create a total of 60 animals. This is an important topic in the ancient Asian philosophy of 4 pillars of destiny. It will briefly introduce horoscopes with 12 animals. Born in 1948, 1960, 1972, 1984, 1996, it is likened to rat. It is a day when you should pay more attention to your health. About the environment and people around you. Consideration and compassion arise, and get more attention from surroundings than usual. Advantages. Students will present and apply the knowledge they have learned and applied in practice. Realize the difference between ideal and reality and adapt well. Store cash in exchange for documents. Ingenious ideas that others have not thought of are patented or recognized through presentation. By studying one thing deeply, you strengthen your expertise and become an expert in your field. By studying hard, your academic achievements and work promotion skills increase. Realizing the true meaning of life through philosophical thinking about life. Disadvantages. Since you plan and devise a lot and do not put it into practice, you have a lot of thoughts, but nothing is achieved. Theory rather than reality. Planning rather than implementation. Thought rather than action. And morality rather than material. You become more interested in things that are unrealistic. To make money, you have to work diligently. But your business is sluggish because you are sitting still. There are many conflicts about whether to follow money or whether morality comes first. If you don't make any money and only study, your expenses will increase. It doesn't happen every time we do things with thoughts and plans that ignore reality. You get angry when you stand up for someone else's guarantee. Born in 1949, 1961, 1973, 1985, 1997, it is likened to cow. It is calm and quiet, but it can lead to unexpected accidents. There is a merit of wisdom and insight through calmness. But beware of being lonely and less sociable. Even if you help others on a day like today, bad things can happen. You have to take a look at yourself and check something. Advantages. Wealth increases by making good use of research, expression, skills, motivation, and active power realistically. If you work, you make money. Good luck in everything. You will also receive money that you have not been able to receive, such as money lent, credit. Money is effective for promotion. Employment. Disadvantages. When you are greedy for money, all kinds of bad things happen. Because the property is beyond the ability to manage. The property is scattered and excessive expenditure occurs. Only accounts receivable increase and no funds are recovered. Something dishonorable happens because of bribery. Legal problems arise with money. Work increases. Overworked. And health deteriorates. They lose interest in studying. So academic performance is poor, hard to pass, and cannot obtain certificates. It lacks morality and acts insultingly. Suffering from conflicts between reality and ideals. Born in 1950, 1962, 1974, 1986, 1998, it is likened to tiger. It is a more lonely day than usual because of poor relationships with people. Want to do something by giving money to get attention from the people around me. But it is difficult to produce as good a result as I thought. Spend your time alone. It's good to be able to achieve results with your own efforts. Like preparing for a certification. Advantages. If you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages. Greed arises. But reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises. Increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1951, 1963, 1975, 1987, 1999, it is likened to rabbit. It is a day when you can achieve realistic goals that are easy to achieve. Responsibility arises for what you are doing. You are good at solving a given situation on your own. It shouldn't be at home. This is because people around you are annoyed because you cannot use your energy positively. Advantages: if you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages: greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1952, 1964, 1976, 1988, 2000, it is likened to dragon. A strong manifestation of the power to make an effort. Usually, you have the power to make the impossible possible. You will grow strength and you will progress. You will develop and become stronger on your own. But you must be careful not to ignore others or show criticism in a bad sense. It is recommended to control your own energy through exercise. Advantages: if you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages: greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1941, 1953, 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, it is likened to snake. It's good to have energy and be active. However, be careful not to show any negative aspects to others because your actions are too much. It's a day when you get a lot of curiosity and look at the surroundings emotionally. Maybe you want to be more with someone who has power around you. Advantages: if you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages: greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1942, 1954, 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, it is likened to horse. It's a great moment to make an effort to improve yourself. Focus for yourself. It is not good if you miss an opportunity because your mind is weak. You can gain more trust from your work or from the people around you. Today, it is better to advise people around you rather than lead others. If you are interested in your surroundings, you will see things that you usually don't see. Advantages: if you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages: greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1943, 1955, 1967, 1979, 1991, it is likened to sheep or goat. Today you feel more peace and stability than other days. You can receive unexpected gifts. It is a good day to get familiar with people around. Advantages: if you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages: greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1944, 1956, 1968, 1980, 1992, it is likened to monkey. Have you made or ordered something? It won't be revealed right now, but something exists and is about to appear. At this moment, Your smarts become stronger and make you think ideally, even if you don't get a good grasp of the current reality. Your mind is free and you aren't affected by any kind of force. Advantages. If you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages. Greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1945, 1957, 1969, 1981, 1993, it is likened to rooster. It is a situation one has to finish the work of the past and prepare for a new beginning. It is momentarily calm and unstable. Now you have to prepare well with the power to change direction. It is a moment of determination where only success or failure exists. Advantages. If you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages. Greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1946, 1958, 1970, 1982, 1994, it is likened to dog. The energy of saving becomes stronger. The scrupulousness of planning everything arises. The feeling of inferiority and damage that only oneself feels arises. In the eyes of others, it is impossible to understand the inside of you. Not good at making decisions because of obsession with the past. Advantages. If you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages. Greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner. Born in 1947, 1959, 1971, 1983, 1995, it is likened to pig. If there is anything you have been preparing for, then you need to focus and prepare your decision to finish. Prepare for the decision. Obsession also grows. There is a tendency to be picky and ferocious. Be careful not to move away from people around you. Advantages. If you get help from something, have to pay a price. Disadvantages. Greed arises, but reality is not an environment in which you can exercise greed. Therefore, dissatisfaction with reality arises, increases the probability of segregation. Other people can make a good relationship with your partner.